on?
Hi everyone. I am here to do a STEM, a Wonderful World Wednesday. I know there's a lot of W's in there, that's all I can remember. So we're gonna do a science to show you how powerful the sun is. Everybody's been through a lot of hot days and I can hardly see because the sun is shining in my eyes. I wanna show you a couple things you can do at home to prove how powerful the sun is. If you have some money to spend, you can buy this sun print kit, and it's special paper that's kind of like developing a photograph. I'll show you how this works, but then keep in mind that if you don't want to buy this, it's probably about $10 for a pack of 15. If you don't want to buy it or spend any money, there's other ways you can do it at home that will have similar results, but you'll just have to be a little bit patient. All right, this book is called Chemistry for Kids, and this is the way I'm going to show you how you can do it at home with things you already have at home. All right, are you ready? This paper is in a special black bag, and it's very thick so that the sun will not expose it. This paper is treated with some kind of chemical, and it's blue, and I'm going to quickly put a smiley face and some clothespins. And I'm trying to make a shadow. I'm trying to block out the sun on this blue paper. And then I'll put the elephant right there. And then I'm going to close this up because I don't want the paper in here to get exposed. And if you do buy this, all the directions are on the back, and it's very, very simple. All you need are some objects to block out the sun and make a shadow. And then turn the paper blue side up, though I won't mess with that. All right, watch the paper. It's going to fade because the UV rays from the sun are going to change the chemical composition on top of that paper. And the way we're going to do this at home without spending any money, hopefully, is organic compounds and ultraviolet light. So we're going to use construction paper and shapes that we've cut out, and you can experiment with all different kinds of paper. The darker the paper, the better it will turn out. They use stencils, and I just used our die cut to cut some things. So I will show you, we'll compare, okay? And it's a great way, this would be a good science project for school if you wanted to compare different weights of paper that would block out the sun, because this is just construction paper on construction paper, same here, but this is this is not construction paper, this is cardstock, and this is heavier, so it won't let as much sun through. And then this, I just used a die cut, and watch what happens. First, look over here. See the way the paper isn't blue anymore, it's getting white. We'll come back to that in a second. This I set out for about an hour, and you might have to do it for even longer depending on the sun. You see how that blocked out the sun, so you can see the A and the B. So this worked really well. This is cardstock, so the sun won't go through it very much. And you can see that it's darker where the sun didn't fade from the UV rays. So I'm going to put that back on there. We'll see if it gets even darker toward the end. And then we'll look at this. This isn't as dark a paper, so it didn't work as well. I put it on there, and you know what? We always want to probably use a rock or something on top, like this elephant. Like put that on top, because the wind will blow it away if you're outside. But let's see if that worked. Oh, can you see the elephant shape? It's not as dramatic as this one, but you can see it. So the darker paper works the best. I'll put it back on so we can see if it'll keep fading in the sunlight. And then this, I don't think it did very much. Not much at all. So that might take a lot longer. But look over here. Watch what happens when I take my shapes off. There's the elephant. There's
that
the
is so
clothespins,
cool.
and there is the smiley face. Now I'm holding it in the sun, so it will fade and it will all become the same color. So I'll flip it over and we'll get it out of the sun. I did this once before as a test, so let's see. Yep, that's still okay as long as I keep it out of the sun. So I'm gonna hide that. And wouldn't it be fun to look for natural objects and things like that to make your own design? You could turn them into cards, you could, all kinds of things. And then let me show you, our #1 fan is coming along here. Let me show you something else. This is another thing you can send away for. And they're called UV beads. These beads are just white, but look at them, watch them. Watch what happens to these beads.
Oh, sorry.
Do you see them turning colors? Each one turns a brighter color as the UV rays penetrate the outside. So this is something also you can send away for. It isn't very expensive. Oops, I was holding those so they didn't turn as dark. But this is something cool for kids to wear when they're out in the sun so that they know when to put on more sunscreen or if they're in the sun too long, right? There's also, this is a test tube, and this is a scale. So these are the orange ones. Do you see the sun turning them darker and darker and darker? These are called UV beads. They're very inexpensive. You can get them on Steve Spangler website or just Google UV beads. And this will show you on a really cloudy day, you could still get UV rays, but on a cool and cloudy day, usually these will just stay white or very, very pale. And then you can compare them to how colorful they are in this tube. So I would say today, they're right about there. So it might not be the brightest sun, but it's definitely a hot sun today. And that's a good way to tell how much sunscreen. You can use this as an experiment at school also. You can get these beads and you can try all different SPFs of sunscreen to see which one keeps them the white color. And it's another thing you can do is test sunglasses. So you can put the beads behind some sunglasses, and then if they stay white, you know that they're keeping the UV rays out, because that's really, really important for your eyes, to protect your eyes from UV rays. So you can't see it, but I'm going to show you in just a second. I've got the sunglasses are protecting them. Remember how bright orange they were? So I'll pull them away in just a second. They'll start changing again right away because the sun's so strong today. But I'll pull it away and you notice whether they're lighter than they were before. Watch. See, they're almost back to white. Now watch them. Watch as the sun shines on them. But you could get your mom and dad sunglasses, your brother and sister sunglasses, and you could try them all to see what color these beads change and how dark they are. That's what the difference is, how dark they are. Whoops. See the way they're getting darker and darker? So those sunglasses were good. I don't know if they're the best. I would have to compare them to other ones. All right, that's all about the power of the sun. I'm going to tell you two more things that you could try at home. You can try to get a black plastic bag, a garbage bag, and you can test the power of the sun that heats up the air with this. This is a huge one that I got from work. You can fill this up with air. If you run and hold this, it'll fill up and you'll close it really tight so that the whole thing is full of air, or you can use a blow dryer. And then you're gonna tie some string on it. So you want it to be full of air. Tie a string on it and then attach it to something, maybe like this light pole or something in your backyard. And the air inside will heat up so that this starts to fly up into the air, kind of like a hot air balloon, because that's how they work. So that's something fun to try. You can send away for one of those. They're fairly expensive, but a black garbage bag is not, and it's also thicker so it won't rip as much. So that's what I would recommend. And one more fun thing to leave you with, the power of the sun. Did you know that if you're not camping and you don't have a campfire, which we're not allowed to have right now because of the danger of fire, you can make your own solar s'more maker. This is just a small pizza box that it's got some chocolate on it, so it's been used. So you want to put dark paper on the inside lined with foil. You want to cut a section of the top, line that with foil, and then I just have a clear, like a protector that you use for projects. Any kind of clear, like plastic that you can use from just about anything. Cover it up with that. You're gonna put your graham crackers and your chocolate right here. You'll save your marshmallow for the end. And then you'll use a skewer or a stick to hold this open. And you're gonna let the sun go through here. And you can Google this, just put solar s'more maker and they'll tell you all the steps to do it. But it's this simple, and as the sun heats up, reflects off the foil and onto the dark paper, it will melt your chocolate. You put the marshmallow on top, close it up with another piece of graham cracker and eat it up.
Yum!
Beth wants one right now, so I better go in and get the supplies, okay? All right, thanks for watching. Bye.